Hello, I'm Scott Wrighton, and it's my pleasure to serve as the City Manager of Decatur and to bring you these weekly updates. The number of Illinois counties that are in warning status has been reduced to 17 since last week, but it now includes Macon County, along with DeWitt and Christian counties as well. As of September 19, Macon County's positivity rate was 5.6%, but then it rose to 6.6% as of last weekend. While this is still below the state's target threshold of staying below 8% positivity, our reported COVID cases per 100,000 population is 143, almost 3 times the target. The other indicator that has pushed Macon County into warning status is the number of deaths in the county, which over the last week of reporting has increased by 7. Most of the recent deaths are associated, either directly or indirectly, with nursing homes and senior care facilities. But here's something that's new. Data from the county's contact tracing efforts indicate that the greatest risk of getting COVID here in Macon County comes not from stores and restaurants, they're doing a pretty good job on balance, but from large group gatherings, like weddings and parties in the park and receptions and so forth, and from employees who choose to go to work while they are still symptomatic or before they finish quarantine or have obtained a negative test. This bears some emphasis. The longer we are in the pandemic, the more data we are able to obtain to make better decisions. And the data shows that these 2 areas of risk, group gatherings and premature return to work, are not receiving sufficient attention from the population. So please help us take note. It is not reasonable to think that all of our collective actions will somehow stop all of the virus infections. While any infection or any death or any overloading of health capacity is unfortunate, our goal from the beginning has been to make sure that the positivity rates, the new cases per 100,000 population, the death rates, and our healthcare capacity rates all stay within manageable levels. And we are within target on all of these indicators except for the 7-day rolling death rate and the number of cases per 100,000 population for the same reporting period. We can and must take the steps to get these numbers down, both for the sake of public health and the sake of the local economy. The challenge that local governments face, not just the city of Decatur, but all local governments, is providing essential services, keeping businesses open, and all the while allowing at least some activities to proceed so that people don't go stir crazy or experience other ill health effects that are associated with isolation, but still doing everything we can to keep people safe and healthy. Canceling all seasonal activities and shutting down businesses is not the answer. Keeping businesses open with vigorous implementation of public health protocols is becoming the new normal. We just have to sort out some more what the details of that new normal really are, and the conditions and the data keep changing as we sort out the new normal. You already know, I'm sure, that this means incorporating mask use and social distancing, more vigorous cleaning and avoidance of large group gatherings into your life routines. Now that we are approaching the holiday season, we also have to think about how that new normal applies to these upcoming celebrations. We think businesses should stay open and that there should be Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas and other seasonal festivities, but they have to look and be structured differently. In these weekly talks, I often tell you about what the mayor and city council have accomplished during one of their recent meetings. But this time I'm going to tell you a little bit about a few things they are going to discuss at their next city council meeting. About 2 months ago, the city decided that it would dedicate approximately 2/3 of its direct federal COVID funds to providing utility and rent assistance to those persons who have been displaced, lost their jobs, or suffered some other kind of hardship that is specifically linked to the COVID. It has taken a while for the federal government to approve the city council's plans, but this authorization has now been secured from Washington. So on Monday, October 5, the mayor and city council are expected to vote on a grant agreement allowing these funds to start flowing, and a sub-grant agreement with a local social service agency who can help us distribute the funds in accordance with Washington's terms and conditions. The City Council will also start discussing ways to make sure that people that are most in need of the relief funding can get connected to the agencies invested with those new resources. Also on October 5, the City Council will take up the topic of how we can safely conduct some of the seasonal celebrations that are normally a part of our calendars in October, November, and December. You can watch City Council meetings live or watch videos of the meetings after they are uploaded to the city's website just a day or two after the meeting. Finally, the city wants to encourage everyone just to be kind to one another over the next 5 weeks before the November elections. As state and national political tones become, well, frankly, harsher, more virulent, and even divisive, we need to remember that there is more that unites us and far less that divides us. The enemy is not your neighbor who votes or thinks differently than you do. We are one people, we are one city, and we're stronger together than we can ever be if we are reduced to squabbling factions. Elections and other exercises in democracy remind us not just of our rights and our privileges in this country, they remind us of our freedoms and our opportunities to make our world and our city an even better place. I look forward to talking to you again in the weeks ahead.